Hi guys, my name is Lelasophia. I am an artist and fine jewelry designer. If you like contemporary fine jewelry, if you like luxury handbags, all things interiors, and I have some fun videos for you. You guys, I know there's still like six-ish, a little bit more. Six-ish more weeks, 7 more weeks left in 2024, which is kind of insanity. So I know I have a little bit of time, but you know what? I'm not buying anything else significant for the rest of the year. So today I thought I'd go through my favorite items, purchases, whatever from 2024. But first and foremost, if you guys are new here, thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see you in all of my future videos. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram at lelasophia jewelry. I put out videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and so I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Okay. I have some things all around me, but let's start out with my newest, is this true? Yeah, my newest favorite obsession. I am a fragrance girly. I'm a very, I feel like I have like a rudimentary understanding of fragrance, but I'm definitely a niche fragrance kind of girly. And all of my fragrances, not all, but like, you know, the majority of my fragrances are pretty much like kind of within the same family. I'm an oud, amber, vanilla, spicy, woody, definitely more masculine, traditionally, quote unquote, masculine leaning fragrance kind of girl. And this year, I was blessed, okay? I literally was blessed, and it happened to be the week of my birthday when Mr. Dries Van Noten, okay, the House of Dries Van Noten blessed me and all of us with this literal instant icon. This is Chamomile Satin, again by Dries Van Noten. For anybody who hasn't seen this already in my brain iconic bottle before, Dries has never done fragrances before or beauty. And so when did they launch? Two-ish, maybe 2.5 years ago. I was looking for my perfect favorite Dries fragrance. The moment they launched, my brother found his perfect, very him, like quintessential signature scent by Dries. His particular one is Voodoo Child, Voodoo Chile. It's actually technically Voodoo Child. I've heard this, but for copyright reasons, you know, Jimi Hendrix, they say Voodoo Chile, but it is Voodoo Child. So anyways, that's beside the point. And I was going back and forth for a really long time. Actually the one that from the original batch or the original release, I think that I still will like is Rock the Myrrh. But I really wanted to like Soie Malachi, however we say it. And it just wasn't, I don't know. I never pulled the trigger. It just like, I think I would have bought it just to buy it. First of all, then the EDTs came out. Are they eau de toilette? Yeah, I think so. The first line was all eau de parfum. And then he dropped like it's not that they're any, you know, less, but the slightly less concentrated versions, a little bit better of a price point. I think there are 3 of those. I might be getting everything wrong. Long story, very, very long. You know, get to the point, girl. This fall, I was truly blessed, and I just knew that Dries had something up his sleeve. And Chamomile Satin was mine, and I think pretty much everybody else's. I actually do really like the other 3. I can see how experimental they got, and not just Dries. I know there's an entire team, so let me give credit to the entire team. But essentially, I'm sure the entire team of Dries Van Noten, the beauty fragrance house, you know, team collaborators, worked with like the most iconic perfumers for some of their scents, and clearly they really wanted to hone some vanillas, but make them genuinely unique vanillas. And so this one, I don't know, this is my favorite fragrance I've ever smelled in my entire life. If I wasn't so scared of it like selling out, I think I'd be wearing it constantly. It's not cheap, but you know what? To be really honest with you, for something that is this good, I think I'll be rebuying this until the end of time. Chamomile tea is one of my favorites, and so essentially anything that's like an essence of something that could be made into a tea or interpreted as a tea is probably going to be my vibe, and this I think will be my signature scent possibly for the rest of time. And then we have, you know, the craziness that was the summer. And you know what? I actually really enjoyed myself. Okay, because I was just thinking about how when I moved uptown, I like really lost my magazine places. If you guys don't know, I have a bit of a magazine addiction, like fashion, art, the once a year, cool, you know, really low, I don't even know what that's called, really low copy count, rare, elusive magazines. They're all over my house, okay? When I lost my access, easy access, I still live in Manhattan, I can perfectly, you know, go downtown and get them. When I lost my access to like my fun little pick-me-up, you know, $20 pick-me-ups, $10 pick-me-ups, probably much more expensive, but you know, on average, I think I needed to put that energy somewhere else. I didn't find it for about like 8 months, and then I found it, ladies and gentlemen. This new addiction / new fixation that I'm allowing myself has been Pop Mart little blind boxes, okay? This happens to be my favorite one, so that's why she's coming out first. Put on my little, the Row 90s bag in the color butter yellow, aka the actual color is light yellow, but we can all agree this is a stick of butter. Okay, so Pop Mart, for those of you guys who don't know, which is totally normal to not know, it's all okay. There are different IPs, aka there's different like characters, and all of the designers behind the characters I, as an artist myself, have fallen in love with. And there are 2 that are my personal favorite. I'm kind of dabbling in a third right now, but my first love was Skull Panda. And so this is from a very recent, not the most recent, not even the second most recent, but the one, ish kind of recent Skull Panda collection called The Warmth. That is probably my favorite one. Yeah, I think that's my favorite one. And this is like a little girl. I don't even know, she has a frog on her. I just think it's so cute. These are 2 of my other favorites. These little, yes, I have color coded them all, of course. This one is from the Alice in Wonderland series. This one is from a very early series. Possibly, no, not the first one, but maybe one of the first series. Of course, with my little Labubu. Labubu we love, but honestly, Skull Panda, like, I became fully fixated on. And of course, she's in good company with the Magdabutrum bag charm that my mom got me for my birthday. This is so nice. And yeah, so long story short, one could say that I became obsessed with bag charms, but really it's not just bag charms. It was specifically Skull Panda that then I MacGyvered into bag charms. If you like little knickknacks and collectibles, I always joke, my mom and my grandmother, I came from collectors, okay? My mom, my aunt, and my grandmother, but particularly my grandmother that then has just trickled down. You know, they collected, and currently now my mom has amassed like the most beautiful, insane collection of Heron. And to be honest, I don't even know, Mom, please correct me. I'm gonna forget all of the other names, but Heron, and then a bunch of other like beautiful China little figures that are very expensive. So this is like what I've been joking is my like, you know, entry point into like, I'm not there yet, but one day clearly I'll become that probably too, as has been the case in my family. So this is my like weird, creepy, low-key, a little bit goth version, and I am fully obsessed. I'm already on to Hirono. That's my next vibe. It's so cute, and I have 2. But while we're on the subject, you know what? Just very quickly, because I feel like I've already shown it a bunch of times, this little Loro Piana ostrich original version mini extra pocket bag has become my favorite bag. When I got this in the mail, right in anticipation of my birthday even, to be really honest with you, because I had been staring at it and I was like, I cannot miss out on this. I thought it was gonna be the original one. There was a little discrepancy on the measurements. It is not the L19. I was told it was the L19 and I got it and I was like, oh my God, it's so small. The second I wore it for the first time, the day of my birthday, I became obsessed, and it's actually genuinely hard for me not to wear this bag. Yes, I know it's so teeny tiny, but you know what? I'm in my mini bag era while the entire world is going big. I have a whole other video coming, don't worry, on my next year situation, because I think there's gonna be a couple things that are gonna change that, okay? But essentially this, I am obsessed with. If you find a little mini one, because there are some floating around on the pre-loved market, especially, I just couldn't, you know, I couldn't let go of the brown ostrich. Hello, it's me. The second I put my 2 little charms on him, my little vintage bracelet, and then the Skull Panda that I perfectly matched to it and curated, I literally have to try hard not to wear this bag when I go out. The other bag that, quite frankly, I was like, why didn't I prioritize this sooner? I just thought I couldn't afford it. And then I found a reasonably priced, still very expensive, one of the most expensive bags I've ever bought, because I really keep things, I think, this is a crazy statement, but I'd say I'm in the, you know, lower end of average purchase amount on this luxury YouTube sphere, okay? I rarely go, you know, above $1,000, and a lot of my like pre-loved bags are like $500 to $900. So anyway, that's a crazy statement, but buying $2,000 bags, I do not take lightly, okay? And this year, when this Céline by Phoebe Philo from the 2018 collection Light Camel purse clutch came up for exactly $2,000, I said she's mine. I literally have only seen them for, I've seen them for insane prices, to be honest, but especially in the light camel color, I've seen them go for a lot and never under at least $3,000. And so I was like, okay, it's fine. I'll just wait like 10 years and get one then. And then this came up, I think either the seller's name was Maxfield or literally Maxfield does vestiaire sometimes. I don't know, but if it was, thank you Maxfield, because that is one of the best stores I've ever been to in my life. Their curation above all is really, truly impeccable. This bag for so long, I thought it was out of reach for me, but I also thought, oh, I have Bottega pouches. I have things that work for it. It's so me that I don't need it. That is what, that I've never put this together, but 2 and 2 has equaled 4, okay? The sentence of it's so me, I don't need it, antiquated. That makes no sense. And that is what 2024 finally, like I got past that idea. Because sometimes I think I at least got wrapped into, oh, I already have things like that. Oh, I don't need it. It's like what I would normally go for. Why wouldn't I go for something that I would wear and love and cherish forever? Exhibit A, I think that sums up my 2024. I'm over the whole, oh, get something because it's different, get something because it's new. That's so fun. Exhibit A, she is different and she is new and I loved her and I wore her, including my Speedy as well. You know what I mean? Things that like were a little bit of a deviation for me. But to be honest with you, I have found myself. Okay, I found my style. I found what works for me. Why wouldn't I lean into that more? And I sold my Bottega original size pouch for this. Never a better decision was made, to be really honest. In the purse world, obviously, let's just get that straight. But essentially, I'm over the moon with her and she's just, I don't know, she's just my babe. Like, she'll go with everything, every outfit for the rest of time. And to house all these things, which this I'm going to insert footage right here, so I shall move over a little bit. But to show the inside of it, I think, yeah, my couch I think was honestly a very good move on my part, to be really honest. Again, same thing. Everybody says, oh, get an actually comfortable couch. You need a large couch. You need a couch that you can have someone sleep over on. You need a couch that turns into a bed. You need a couch that this, that. I've listened to people my entire life. And this year I finally said, F it. And I got a couch that I just actually think is aesthetically pleasing. And you know what? It is perfectly fine and perfectly comfortable. It's actually quite comfortable. And I'm a single human being, you know, for the time being, God willing, for the time being. And I have never loved a couch so much in my life. So that's actually number one. I wasn't even planning on saying that. But my second favorite, maybe my favorite piece of furniture is my bag cabinet, my second one. Love my first, but for the dimensions, for what fits, for the accessibility of it, for the, like my first one was definitely converted by somebody. It is an actual antique cabinet, but like the inside was MacGyvered. This is all original. The wood is so pretty. I could get really bougie and just like talk about interiors for a second and I won't. But essentially this is, I think, the prettiest original piece of furniture I've ever bought. And same thing, I think for a long time people are like, oh, you have things like that. You already have a bag cabinet. Why would you get another? If something works for you and you find your style, I have realized this year, lean into it more. I guess I always did that with jewelry, but it's so tiny. People like kind of like, you can get away with it. People like won't notice and won't be like, don't you already have 5 of those? With bigger ticket items, they'll notice. And also, who cares? I think I've like really truly leaned into that. Yeah, to repeat that again, but for a long time, people were like, nah, why would you get another cabinet? I'm so happy I listened to myself and got this other cabinet because I am obsessed. And it's now like, not to be dramatic, but it's like low-key an heirloom type piece that I will pass down for the rest of time. And I love it. On to jewelry. Speak of which, I made myself this necklace in 2023. At the end of, but still, so that doesn't count. You know, we're talking about my own line here, lelasophia jewelry, so not to sound insane. Just like insanely egotistical, but these 2 pieces of jewelry, I think, like, I don't know, just made me so incredibly happy. Again, I'm not married yet. I have not had the pleasure to make myself my engagement/wedding band set yet. And yes, I do think about it. And yes, I have a whole plan. And yes, I dream about it. Don't worry. you know, it makes me, you know, every time I make a wedding band for somebody, I'm like, okay, here you go. I just can't wait to wake up for myself. I'm just kidding. It is the joy of all joys that I get to make literal engagement and wedding bands for people, in addition to my, you know, core collection. But anyways, making myself rings has just become so fun, and I'm taking it off because you guys need to see her up close. But this is my 22 karat Ubdi Eternal pinky ring, and I have worn this so darn much. When I started my company almost 5 years ago, you'll see the ring now on the screen. When I started my company almost 5 years ago, my plan always was to do either 14 or 18 karat. I actually was thinking 18 karat in today's gold market. I'm actually very grateful that I stuck with 14 karat for that reason. That's another video, you know, important stuff for another video. But I always wanted to have a company that did 22 karat because something in my soul has always said that 22 karat is the prettiest of all golds, and it's very divisive, and some people hate it, and people say it looks fake because it's so yellow, or people say it looks gaudy. It's like, it goes either end of the spectrum. As soon as I made myself this ring, I was like, oh my God. My wedding bands and my own engagement ring will absolutely be in 22 karat, okay? I'm obsessed. I could really just wear that one pinky ring, but I think I'm covering my eczema, to be really honest with you. That's why I didn't want to show my hand, but I just think it's so pretty next to 14 karat, and I've really been loving mixing all of my carats lately. My Calla Lily hairpin, probably for 2 years, I wanted to make a hairpin, which I'm not wearing right now, but here's her up on the screen. I really truly wanted to make a hairpin for so long. I am so grateful that I took my time on that piece because it is in my hair constantly. I like to look snatched in my videos, so I usually do a high pony, but the second I'll be done filming, I will pop my hairpin in, head out, get some food, and then call it a day. It is in my hair many hours of the day. I was just gonna say like 16 hours of the day, which sometimes is true. I wear it constantly, and it is genuinely the most functional piece I've ever made, and I'm literally obsessed. And it's just, I don't know, there's something very like, oh, let me just tie my hair up quick and then we'll go outside. My most recent purchase, literally, I think last week, was these vintage YSL, which I guess really were not worn because only within 2 wears the entire logo. Yeah, I guess I think that they were like essentially really kind of unworn, or maybe, I don't know. Anyways, I got these from The Real. Again, sorry to reiterate, vintage Python, Yves Saint Laurent to be specific, loafers in men's. I think that they're men's, but in my literal perfect size, which rarely happens because I'm a half size, I'm a 40.5. And so often, like 99.9999999% of the time, that was so awkward, I am compromising one way or another. Either something's too big and I'm like, ugh, or it's too small and I'm like, oh my God, this is painful. These fit like a gosh darn glove. It's insane to me, and I'm just like so happy with them. And you guys, thank you so much for this completely unreasonably long video. Thank you as always for sitting with me as I go through, I don't know how to say that, as I have gone through my 2024 best of. I can't wait to hear what your favorite piece you purchased in 2024 is and what's on the horizon, okay? Thank you guys as always for watching, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Bye guys.